The Democratic Party's approval rating is underwater at 40%, according to a new poll, the latest troubling sign for a party still grappling with its losses from November. A Harvard CAPS/Harris poll released on Monday found that only 4 in 10 respondents approved of the job that the Democratic Party is doing, a slight drop from June, when 42% of respondents answered similarly. Of the 40% of respondents who gave the Democratic Party a thumbs up, they included 72% of Democrats and 29% of independents or other voters. The latest poll shows the party's disapproval rating sits at 60%, slowly inching up from 58% in June. 28% of surveyed Democrats and 71% of independents and other voters contributed to the overall 60% disapproval rating of the party. By comparison, the Harvard CAPS/Harris poll found the GOP with a 48% approval rating, which includes 85% of Republicans and 38% of independents and other voters who had that sentiment. Overall, the GOP had a 52% disapproval rating. You know, you've got to be a really unpopular failure of a party when almost a solid quarter of your own membership is like, yeah, they're not doing a good job. 72% of Democrats approve of the Democratic Party. That should be 90-something percent. You know, you're always going to have some people that don't like what you're doing, but it's telling that the people who would seemingly be the most inclined to, like, side with and defend the Democrats are like, yeah, they're something's amiss. And then so many independents are like, yeah, this is trash. And that's the thing that should scare them going into the election next year, the midterm. If you have 60 or 70% of people who are just like, I'd rather not have the Democrats in power or return in any kind of like leadership role, it's not going to bode well for your electoral prospects. And man, the fact that the Republicans who have spent the last 6 months, whether it was the mass layoffs or the mass deportations, all this stuff that's very, in the opinion of a lot of us, destructive to the United States, along with, the new big beautiful bill that's going to, cut all these different programs, even they're more popular than the Democrats. And we have discussed this before. The Republicans, whether you like them or not, are a party that has a specific set of beliefs. They tend to be anti borders and immigrants, right? Pro deportations, very much centered around tax cuts to the rich. They have some variants on international issues, sure, but there's a general structure of what it means to be part of the conservative party. The Democrats are a group that cannot find itself, that really stands for nothing, with leadership that is a joke. Jeffrey, Schumer, they're all, there's no incentive to even be hopeful at the prospect that the people they've put in charge, or rather the faces of their party, are going to do anything effective. I did a video some months back about how the Democrats were a leaderless party according to most voters who said they didn't know who the leader of the party was. And I mean, look at it. We're halfway. We are 1/8 of the way through Trump's term. And what have any of them done? Schumer, nothing. Jeffries, nothing. Harris is sitting on her little boat somewhere trying to decide if she wants to run for president or governor. Obama's, a non-entity. Pelosi, nothing. I mean, what Democrat who could be considered the leadership of the party, or like one of its more prominent faces, is doing anything that would ensnare an independent or even a left-leaning voter who might not be affiliated with the Democrats to go, yeah, I want to vote for them. I hope that they're able to win next year. Like, the only reason they're going to do any type of decent way in this upcoming election, I think they can flip the House, but I don't see a snowball's chance in hell of them flipping the Senate. But the only reason they're going to get any votes or any kind of gains or strides is because people will get caught up in their distaste for the Republicans and side with the side that stands for nothing except just getting themselves elected. And that's really that's their strategy. It's we know we're trash. We know we're a bunch of corporate sellouts who don't back anybody except a damn donor more often than not. But we're not as bad as, or at least we want you to believe we're not as bad as Trump and the Republicans. So hopefully our complete, total blind spots on actually fixing anything will go overhead. You won't even like notice such little strength in terms of, you know, our candidates and the people that we have in these prominent positions. And I just, all I can say is I hope that, you know, with Mamdani running in New York and then with the different squad members, I hope that all these people that are just feckless and not able to actually govern in any type of way or exercise any amount of power, I'd like to see all of their careers ended. I think they need to just completely reboot themselves. These are the same failed leaders who played a role in Trump winning the second time, and if we're not careful, they're going to deliver the White House to Vance or Rubio or whoever the hell else, because they just never learn their lesson. They are paid to lose. They know that in all the chaos that the Republicans do, they can go and put out these stupid fundraising emails. Donate to the Democrats to help us deliver a minimum wage increase that we don't have the votes in the House or Senate to pass. Even if we did, we still wouldn't pass because we want to not actually do anything. It is disgusting, man. Just a joke of a party.